and whether, you know, I'm still a bit blocked on whether to see if it's right or wrong. And I can't lie that a lot of that is influenced by the religion that I was, as a kid, brought up being taught that, you know, this is wrong or right. But then I recently have had like a couple synastry reports of two like lesbian couples, like two women who actually had twin flame connections and relationships, albeit one was more masculine and played the role of like that, the masculine, but like it shattered my beliefs around, you know, these connections do happen and they transcend gender and sex, you know what I mean? So I really do appreciate, you know, stuff that challenges me like that. But yeah, it's just been very defining as far as helping me navigate the right approach
Mm.
towards, you know, sharing this. And it's so ironic because now I feel like my role is to help guide people in Christianity out of it, where I was trying to lead people into it. It's like I want to lead people out of the dogmatic Christianity and back to Christ. uh
Mm.
right, that because I'm learning, like, I truly believe the word of God is not the canonized Bible. It's a new campaign I want to go to. It's very controversial, but I truly believe it's not. The word of God is Jesus. It's Christ. It's not like a book. It's the living word. And in that sense, the way we are communicated to by the universe is the stars. So astrology is more the word of God than the canonized book, because it's literally the language that is showing us the signs. It's very controversial to say, like certain people will excommunicate you if you say that, but you know, just making that shift out of this old dogma and into, you know, greater truth, out of religion and more into science, which was a huge breakthrough. Learning to see this as less of some new age magic spiritual belief and
Mhm.
what it truly is, a scientific practice and language, and breaking through a lot of the stigma of scientists with their materialist reductionists who know nothing about astrology, and religious experts with their dogma who also know nothing about astrology, and then us in the middle who have to like help break through the misconceptions and you know, guide people to the truth. So
Yeah, that was chock full. There's so many pieces there. I mean, I just want to honor and acknowledge your self-awareness in terms of still finding your own clarity around homosexuality. And, you know, thank you so much for being honest about that and sharing that with us. Um, and it sounds like in this kind of chunk, there's so many like highly charged controversial bits and pieces we've touched on, you know, if it's homosexuality, if it's Christ, if it's astrology. I know Jesus Christ is such a controversial figure. I grew up Jewish, and
mhm.
there was a point in my life where I broke away from that, and I draw, so I doodled a sticker of Jesus and like a flower of life, and I put it on a water bottle. And my mom was like, "Oh, so you're into Jesus now?" And she was super offended. And I'm like, "How can you be offended by Christ consciousness? Like what? Like how far off the rails have we gone as a culture if this is offensive to you?"
Yeah, that's deep. That's very deep.
Yeah. And then just your chosen path. I find it interesting coming from a religious upbringing, and then you have consensus reality that also likes to take a dump on astrology. And you're here holding down those vibes. So what is that like, you know, separate from family, which is obviously so immediate, but something that like, you know, Wikipedia loves to shit on as a pseudoscience, or,
Right.
you know, like this thing that half of the planet thinks is fake.
Exactly. And it's really out of fear because, you know, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do.
Yeah.
And how are you going to control a whole mass populace if they know their moon sign and they know they have a destiny in the North Node, and that what actually governs their career life and authority isn't the government, it's them. You know, these people are well aware of the benefits and power of astrology. Most of the people who run this world are Rosicrucians or Masons, and they all know astrology. They
Mhm.
all know astrology. So it's very. I hope to do a documentary soon about it, but it's very masterful, the disinformation that through centuries they've done to make sure you don't take this serious. Astrology is the key to unlock